So Dr. Shrija Madhuji is head of the Department of L&D and MCA and Data Science departments. So Didi is from Godavari Gopal University, Rajmundry, Andhra Pradesh. She did her introductory workshop in September 2020, then joined the morning session from 7th batch onwards. Didi started with PPI calling, video editing at the beginning of volunteering activity, then participated as a very regular volunteer in many activities in southern region, including the international conference, this calling for the morning batches, and many more. So with this brief words, I may invite Sriya to put her sharing based on the pointers in 20 minutes. Ji, over to you.
Thank you, Tara Bhaiya, for the introduction. Uh, First of all, namaste to Gopal Bhaiya, Tara Bhaiya, Sunil Bhaiya, and all the co-explorers. I'm really happy to be with this family. So that's the first thing I'll tell. This is a bigger family, and before to this, I have another family with whom I stay. So in that family, we have four members: I, my husband, and my two kids. At present, four of us are in four different places. I am in Rajahmundry. My husband is working on a project at Kolkata. My elder son is in Kerala. He is doing MTech in cybersecurity at Amrita University. And my younger son is at NIT Kurukshetra. He is doing BTech there. So we all four are at four different places. So I am able to devote more time because though I am not participating, but my college responsibilities are more nowadays. I am heading three departments, so not able to do much of the participation in UHV activities. But surely I'll not be missing any of the morning sessions. I'll be attending. And this is the fifth batch which I'm attending. I started from seventh batch, and now it is like my day starts with UHV. And UHV has become the part and parcel of my life. And I find it to be very fulfilling. One day, if I don't attend, I feel like I have missed something. So it has become like that. And I find myself in harmony and peace most of the time. So, and the kind of joy I feel within, maybe it cannot be expressed in words. Though I was into spirituality, I had a sanskar from childhood onwards. My mother has a satsang group, and when I was with her, I also used to join in that satsang. So that thing was there with me, but we had a limited set of people who used to come, and we used to have discussion on Bhagavad Gita. And still it's going on. My mother still does those things. She spends most of her day with those people, and that thing is there with me also. And I think that has kept me connected with UHV also. But what I found very good in UHV is we can take it to general public, we can take it to our students, and wider. It can be spread in a wider way through UHV. But what I find is the content and the concept, it remains the same. So I find this is also a kind of spiritual journey only. Before going to exercises, first I would tell you what I have seen in myself in these from 7th batch to this 11th batch, 5 batches which I have attended. What shift I have seen in me? In short, I'll tell about those. Then I'll go to exercise one. So first shift, what I have seen is my search for reality was outside initially, but after UHV, I have seen that I have taken a U-turn, and I have got a big relief that now this is an inner journey and I am not dependent on anything outside. So this was a big shift for me because outside seems to be very large, and when we want to search things, it's like an impossible task. But though the inner journey is more difficult than that I am seeing now, but at least I am not bothered about searching things outside. Other shift that I found in me is regarding happiness. I was unaware of the fact that all happiness is within. I kept on searching for it outside, from other human beings, from materials, etc. But now, I'm getting this proposal from UHV that happiness is my innate nature. I think that was another shift in me. I'm not searching for happiness outside from anything. And most of the time, what I find is I am in harmony. I am understanding the situations, I am able to understand the people, and I understand myself and others also in a better way. Other thing is, earlier, before UHV, outside problems also used to disturb me a lot. Whenever I hear about uh, some incidences like some tsunami or floods or wars, any other natural calamities, I used to get disturbed a lot. But now, after getting these proposals from UHV, I'm able to see that all this is going on as per the law of nature. And one more statement once was given by Kumar Bhaiya in one of the meetings. I remember that also. Regarding all these problems, what Bhaiya said is there are only two possibilities. Either you be part of the solution or you are part of the problem. Now, taking this statement into consideration, I tried to understand what I am doing actually. So I saw that when I'm just talking about a problem or thinking about the problem, I am not finding any solution. So I am also part of the problem itself then. So these things are some shifts that I have seen in me. A lot of shifts in relationships, interactions, understanding others is there, but these are something bigger ones which I could visualize in me. So this is what I have achieved in my UHV journey till now. Now coming to exercise 1, observing self by self. It is a difficult task. I think that's the most difficult step. And in this batch, one example was given by Didi and Bhaiya regarding a traffic. When we are in traffic, we cannot observe it, and when we stand on top of a building, we are able to observe it clearly. This example was given how we have to observe. So we have to observe our imagination, feelings, by keeping ourselves away from it. But what when I did in my case, when I am trying to observe my thoughts, when I have that thinking in my mind, I have to observe, I am totally blank. I am able to observe it when I am flowing with the imagination. But at that time, I am not able to observe it. I am able to observe when it is over. So when one thought will be over, I'll realize that yes, this thought has come to my mind. So this is, I'm trying to observe it when it is going on, but when I sit and try to observe, I'm not able to observe the thoughts. In my working, I'm just when I don't want to observe intentionally, I'm trying to practice that. What thoughts are going on? I want to check it. So this is the thing which I'm practicing in step 1. And in step 2 and 3, what I'm seeing is most of the time when my feelings are naturally acceptable, I find harmony. There is harmony in me. And on the contrary, when in step 2 I am in opposition, surely there will be disharmony and reaction will be there. But nowadays I'm seeing a change in my reaction also. Most of the time I'm able to hide the reaction in my interactions outside, but internal reaction is surely there. I am not able to overcome that. So I'm after understanding this and seeing this in me, I'm working in that direction also. In step 4, it's very clear that I am only the decision maker. I am deciding my feeling. But surely others and outside situations have an impact. When someone is shouting at me and I should have a feeling of relation, not opposition, it's really difficult for me. I too get into opposition feeling, but small shift is there also. Okay, now I am able to control my behavior. Even if I'm getting opposition feeling, I'll try to um, use some words or expressions in my behavior so that the situation doesn't get worse. And if I'm successful in doing this, I have seen that I'll be at peace and I am able to put the other person also in a peaceful situation, in a harmony. Coming to step 5, decision of the feeling is assumption based when I don't understand the situation. Many a times when I understand, I'll be able to have that feeling of harmony. But when I don't understand and when I go by assumptions, the feeling is like not naturally acceptable. Now, coming to step 6, I feel naturally acceptable feeling in relationship, harmony, and coexistence. And what I think is all these are three are interconnected. And when I start with coexistence, when I consider that I am and all others, we all are existing together. And with that kind of feeling, when I proceed, and I automatically get the feeling of relationship and harmony also will be there. But on the contrary, when I don't see coexistence, then opposition and disharmony also follows. Now, the proposal that self exploration can help in understanding relationship, harmony, and coexistence, it seems to be very fulfilling for me. Now, I'm working on that. This, I'm not able to see all of them together. I'm trying to see how we can put all of them together and look at situations. And maybe within me only, first we have to see within ourselves, then only we should we try to see it outside. But as we all don't exist alone, always we interact with others, with the environment, and we are coexisting. I feel all these has to be verified when we are in existence with all the other units. Coming to seventh step, when the feeling is not naturally acceptable, I'm trying not to react outside and I choose my words and behavior that puts me and others also in harmony. But as I already mentioned, the inner reaction is there, and I feel that is the region where I need to work. So, this is what I have observed in exercise 1 till now. Coming to exercise 2, observing self and body and interactions in space, the proposal that self and body are two units. Self is consciousness unit and body is material unit. This proposal itself was very amazing thing when I listened to it for the first time, because I never saw it like that. And I feel now too, I see everybody as body only. I'm not able to look into myself as well as the self of others. Only by the activities only I'm able to verify. And body is gross, I'm able to see it, but self is subtle, as it's told in the proposals. So not able to see, but I have tried to verify this proposal in many different ways. When my stomach tells it's hungry, so who is deciding to give food or not? When I sleep, body is at rest, then who is dreaming? My leg helps me in walking, but who decides when to stop, when to take a turn? When I meet my friend, which body part is feeling happy? So I try to verify these proposals in me by asking such questions to myself. I try to understand myself in different ways. In step I and my body both exist. Body is easily visible because it's gross, but self, I'm able to see it only through his activities, and I'm trying to understand it in that way. I try to compare my body and self with bulb and electricity. Bulb glows when electricity is there. Body also, I feel it's active because of the power of self. Having understood that body is a useful instrument, nowadays I'm taking a lot of care of my body. I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to do some pranayams, and I'm taking care of the food that I eat. So all these things I'm doing to take care of my body. Now coming to step 2 and 3, when after whole day of work, my body tells me that it's tired, but at times I ignore it if some important work is pending. So I can see the transaction that body is giving me some information, but it's me who is deciding. So that step 3, I'm able to see that I am deciding whether I should put my body to rest or I should continue with my work. So this thing also I'm able to see. In step 4, I can understand that I am not sensation. I read the sensations also from my body, but I doubt from where I am reading. Where am I? I try to find myself, whether I'm in my head, whether I'm in my heart, or whether myself is there in my hand, legs, where it is located. So many times this seems to be as a mystery, or it is spread throughout my body. How this self is there inside me, in my body. So I all these things seems to be like a mystery for me. In step 5, where my interaction with the world outside is by the way of sensation. This is also very clearly visible. When someone smiles and talk, I feel good and I interact accordingly. On the contrary, when the person exhibits a rude behavior by words or by expressions, etc., I too decide to reciprocate the same. Initially, it was like that only. If somebody shouts, I will also shout. So it was like that. But nowadays, I'm trying to keep calm, even if the other is shouting. And I take my own time, though inner with that shout, with those words, inner reaction will start. But I'm not reacting, or I'm not showing it in my behavior, and I'm trying to change it. And keeping calm, keeping silence also is helping. And once after taking a good amount of thought about it, or deciding inside me, when I'm putting it into my interaction or behavior, I'm seeing that I'm able to uh, get over these kind of situations also. Here I can see that I have one of my sanskars, that mostly I label people as good or bad. Maybe based on the interactions with them, previous interactions, I label them as good and bad, and I'll continue my when with people whom I have labeled as bad, I start with opposition only. So and where people I have labeled as good, I can see that even if they say something wrong, also I accept it very readily. So this is one sanskar which I have seen in me, and I'm trying to change it. There is shortage of time. I think I wanted to quote one recent incident. One of my student was caught in malpractice, MCA student, and when some student is caught in malpractice, HOD is also called, and one committee will be there who will be taking decision. So in the committee, some 3 or 4 senior faculty will be there, student will be there, and from the exam section, some few officials will be there. So when I reached the room where the discussion was going on, student was standing and all other officials were shouting at him. "Ki, what you have done, keep doing, you all do such kind of things, this and that." They were shouting a lot at the student. I went and sat. I was not getting any feeling of opposition from my student because I knew him, and I got a feeling that it's not that he only did. Many other students also do. Maybe they lack competence. That's why they are doing. But being an HOD at that time, I was expected to be with the other officials, and I should also shout. But I was not getting the feeling at that time. So it was a very difficult situation for me, what I should do. I was not getting words. I kept calm for some time. Then, because I had to speak something, so I said, "See, you can work hard, you can study, coming and standing in front of all and getting yourself humiliated. Is it good for you? You can think about it, work hard, and write the exam. That when you write like that, the result that you get will be also satisfying for you." So simply I said, I was not getting any other words, so I said, because I had to say something. Then I took him outside, and I said, "Why you have done this? See what kind of situation you were, and how I also had to listen to all these things." So, and they told me to inform his parents, and we have to take an undertaking letter also from parents. So I said those things to him. But then he was very much afraid, and he said, "Madam, don't tell to my parents." I said, "Okay, you bring them here, I'll talk." Then he said, "No, no, I can't do that also to my parents. I can't put them in this situation." Then I said, "If you have that much understanding, realization, you shouldn't have done this." So I said, "Okay, then your parents will understand you better. First, you tell them, because you are their child. Maybe they will scold you in the first part. Receive it, take it. Nothing wrong in that. They have the right to scold you. But then I have to do my part also. But first, you talk, you explain them everything, whatever has happened. If you have done something wrong, tell that. If you have not done anything wrong, also, that also you inform them. But from my part, I'll tell that you were caught in this particular situation. And so I had to call them. So this is what I'll inform," I said. So this was one of the recent incidents which happened. So I wanted to quote about it. Next, coming to sixth step, this is clearly visible that reaction is when I don't understand others. This I am able to see when I am interacting with others outside, and response will be there when I understand the situation. And I feel that most of the problems in relationships are due to lack of understanding. Already we discuss about this in our workshops also, but I am able to see whenever I'm seeing others, plus in my relationships also, though I don't have any major problems in my relationships, but I feel it will be only because of lack of understanding. Coming to step 7, coexistence is inherent part of existence, and I am dependent on plants, animals for my food. I am dependent on water, air. Likewise, every other unit is also interdependent. So I see coexistence in this way. But maybe whatever I'm seeing is not at the level of pure observer. I need to do a lot of work. I need to understand space. And I understand that this needs a deeper level of exploration. So these are the things which I have seen in exercise 1 and 2. Now, coming to the next part, the best proposal that I liked in UHV till now is about happiness. That happiness is innate. And I feel once a person understands this, the search outside will be over. So before UHV, I was unaware that happiness is within. I thought happiness always comes from outside. And I wonder now what all I have done to become happy. Watching movies, going to vacations, trips, eating in restaurants. But now, after getting this proposal and verifying in me, I found there is nothing outside. My journey is within. and my search is towards inside, not outside. So this is what I wanted to tell. I have taken a lot of time. So just I will conclude by telling about my commitments. I participated recently in international conference, though my participation was not of a big kind, but I was a volunteer in the health team. Earlier batches, I have done video editing and PPI calling. In this batch, nothing much I could do as participation. I have just done calling for the next batch. But that also seems to be very good when I call others and I'll tell I'm a UHV volunteer. I introduce myself like that. So gratitude to all mentors here, starting from Kumar Bhaiya, Sharmila Didi, Gopal Bhaiya, Yashwant Bhaiya, Sunil Bhaiya, Tara Bhaiya, Parikshit Bhaiya, and Umesh Bhaiya. I have learned a lot of things from all my mentors and all the other co-explorers. I don't ask questions, but questions asked by others give me answers for all my questions. So really gratitude for all of you, all who are there here. We all are working together, and sorry for taking so much time. Uh, Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you to all.
Thank you so much for putting your sharing in a stepwise manner.
Namaste, Didi.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste. So very nice sharing, Didi. You have shared step by step, and as you said that you had a good environment, a spiritual environment around you because of your mother, and environment impacts a lot. So that is very nice. So you are fortunate in that sense that you have got a proper environment. And secondly, what you said is very true that the reality is being propagated through this UHV in a very simple manner. So that's why it appeals to all. So we are maintaining universalization, rationality, all the guidelines of UHV. That's why it is appealing to all, irrespective of creed, caste, religion, etc. And as you shared step by step, it shows that you are working on yourself. You are trying to relate all these steps in your daily life, and it is very important when we start relating these concepts in our daily life, it becomes a lab for us. So for example, this observation, so whenever we learn about this observation and we start observing around us, we start observing ourselves, then the practical incidents we are able to relate with the concept. So reading PPT is one part, uh, then observing, and with this observation relating this concept, this is next part. So in short, I can say that you are working on the in these steps due to your background and due to your sanskar also that you have got from your mother and the environment. So but I never listen asking any question. So I am
Yes,
not able
Bhaiya.
to.
Normally, I'll keep working because morning 8:30 I need to go to college. So doing all the household activities, I keep my phone in kitchen and I keep listening. And same thing I tell to others also when I'm calling. When ladies will tell we don't have time in the morning, I tell them, see, what I do is I do this. Because when you listen to good things and you work, it will have impact in your work also. And the food you prepare will be a sattvic kind of bhojan you will be able to make. So this is the way I tell others when we tell about the morning batch. Ki, you can find time in this way. No need of sitting and listening, but obviously sitting and listening and spending time will have its own impact. But something is better than nothing. That's what I feel. Ki I cannot sit and listen, so I do this. Bhaiya.
Yes. So from next batch, you can post your questions. If you have any question in your mind,
जी जी
You
भैया
can post question in group or Tara Prasanna Bhaiya. We can respond in next day.
ओके भैया श्योर भैया श्योर थैंक
Yes.
यू वेरी मच the way
Yes,
you
Nidhi.
explain the things, it will be really, all our doubts will be over. We'll not get any more doubt. Okay, Bhaiya.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Didi. Best wishes.